I'm Dr. Christopher Ross, podiatrist at Caremount Medical. My grandmother is the one who kind of always pushed it, said, you need to be a doctor, Chris. And over the years, I kind of went in that direction, enjoyed science, enjoyed biology, ended up in pre-med at college, met a podiatrist in college, spent some time in his office, was flipping through some of his journal articles. This gentleman had apparently a toothpick stuck in his foot. He had no idea it was there. It had been in there for 20 plus years, and I'm reading the whole story, reading the whole history behind it. But I just was fascinated by the whole thing, and I said, this is crazy. I said, I can do this stuff, and ended up, next thing I know, I'm in podiatry school. We see all sorts of foot-related issues. We see elderly patients with chronic nail fungus. We see a lot of diabetic patients with their issues, be it infections, ingrown toenails, ulcers, things along those lines. We see sports-related injuries. We see fractures, we see deformities of all different types. We look after all of it. I mean, every day you have patients who walk in the office literally limping in, and there are plenty of situations where they walk out with a smile on their face. I had a young girl a few years back. She was walking barefoot in her home, but didn't really think much of it. As she came back in the office, maybe a couple years later, she had this little pimple or abscess on the side of her foot. We drained it out, and lo and behold, out comes a sewing needle, about 1.5 inches long, and I look at her, and she looks at me, and she goes to me, she goes, oh, that's where it went. And I look at that as like, it's classic. I shake my head every time I think of that story. There's a lot of excellent doctors in our group, a lot of doctors who are available to bounce things off of, who can answer some of your questions. I'm available for them, they're available for me. Enjoy the environment. In the Hudson Valley, there's a lot of great areas of outdoor type of activities. We enjoy hiking, my wife and I. I'm kind of an amateur carpenter, do little things like that, but and my wife's involved with a breast cancer organization up in Dutchess County, Miles of Hope. She's actually a big part of that. She chairs their annual walk every October. So we enjoy working with that organization. It's a terrific group. Dr. Christopher Ross, I'm a podiatrist. I work at Caremount Medical.